Oh, yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, outsiders of all ages, welcome to a special week. It's the first week of the goodbyes for Texas in the Big 12. It's game one. You see that? It's the one. You can get your waves if you want to go more.
Screw in the light bulb.
That's right. It's a light bulb. Parade wave. Parade wave. It's Baylor week. For the very last time, Chapter 113 is the lucky last game. We'll see if Texas can finish it with a win in Waco. We'll be talking about that. Chance Mock's going to give us some perspective on this 3-3-5 defense because everybody's been freaking out about it this week. We'll talk to him about what it is. We will talk about those Bet US picks coming up in the second segment where Bo Edge will brag and we will all probably not. That is all.
Isn't that every segment?
That's every segment. Yes, we've got hook 'em emojis coming in. Chris Bennett's checking in from Washington State. We've already got somebody checking in from Dallas. By the way, to that person checking in Dallas, if you're a Cowboy fan like myself and Jason Dick, I don't know what I just
no. And you know what, Chad?
We got to pour a little out for Trayvon Diggs tonight.
Hey, I'm taking one for Trayvon right now because
ACL, if y'all missed it, and he's out for the year.
And it hurts me.
Man.
Not to make this about me because we know everything's about me, right?
We know that.
But my God, I'm going to Buffalo, New York to watch Trayvon and Stephon face off.
Exactly.
And then, they were going to get to play each other. How cool would that have been? This is just a sad day for football. It really is.
Yeah, that absolutely sucks. By the way, how about this one? I like this tonight with the Giants playing. Greetings from the NYC, watching the Giants game with the sound down while listening to you guys. Sal in New York, we appreciate you for checking us out. Let us know where you are tonight on the Specs chat. You will not see Chris Abbott, voice of the people, tonight because he is coaching the youth of America. But we do have some outsiders for you. Your upper left is Chance Mock, rocking a Green Lantern t-shirt tonight and looking pretty sharp. He's ready for Texas. Maybe green in honor of Baylor. Is that what it is?
Oh, it was really green in honor of my picks because I'm going to gain on Bo this week, but we'll say it's for Baylor.
There it is. We'll say it could be for the last time at Baylor. Either way.
The money you're going to make everybody else when they fade your picks?
I don't think we want them to take my picks.
No, we want
leave him alone, Bo. Leave him alone, Bo. He's got the same record I do. So if he sucks, I suck. We're not going there. We're not going there. Your lower right is Jason Dick. Jason, what kind of hat we going with tonight?
This is a custom number. Shout out to my guy Steven Chandler who made this. It's I play in a golf foursome who very uncreatively refers to themselves as the Wolf Pack, and so
Nice.
he made this.
Wow. Okay. Two best friends that anybody could have.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, still waiting on a text from Casey Studdard on where this boat's taking off. I have not.
He told me he's going to get right to you. He told me he's going to get right to you. Remember,
Chance,
hashtag
you're muted.
Yeah.
You're making a very elaborate point. Muted.
Yeah.
All right, I'm back. I have to say, Jason.
Yeah.
We found this picture on the internet today, and we were looking for updates of the Casey and Jason boat excursion.
Yes.
And guess what came up first, Blake? Could you hit the first one, please?
Oh.
What did you
Oh, there's.
What do you? Whoa!
This is. I'm the captain now. Okay. So now
Man.
you've taken Casey.
Casey's a hostage.
He's a hostage. What the hell is this, Jason?
What in the world? That is
Captain Phillips. I don't understand it. You had to kidnap the guy on a little dinghy.
I would say I would need an elaborate stock of weapons to kidnap Casey Studdard. Okay,
Or just a lot of cases of beers. If you could entice him like the free candy van. No, you would just have, hey, Case, got a crate of beers.
Yeah, man, oh man. By the way, Jason, Casey sent me a message earlier today. I needed to give it to you. He says he will see you next Tuesday on the boat trip. Okay. All right. So one more outsider to introduce. That's your lower left, and it is the country gorilla himself, Bo Edge. Bo, how are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing great. I am doing absolutely great.
All right, so later on, we'll pick the Texas-Baylor game. We're going to do our Bet US picks. We're going to have a good conversation tonight, I am sure. But we will start off with a little Baylor breakdown. I was mentioning it today, guys, on the 12-3 show. This is a game that months ago I thought was dangerous. I've always thought it was dangerous. It's in Waco. It's the first conference game. It's the last time the the officials are going to do something stupid. I've kept thinking that, but as we get closer to it, I mean, Baylor really looks bad in some key areas. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think tonight. What kind of nerves do you guys have, Longhorn fans? Jason, let me start with you. Last time ever they get together, more than likely, and it's in Waco. Give me your 1 to 10, your level of nerves going into this game.
4. No, I would. As a matter of fact, I first of all have almost no sentimentality about going to Baylor time. Maybe the people of Waco are getting extra charged up, but I don't know. I know that Texas State won on that field 2 weeks ago, so I am not willing
by double digits.
Yeah, I'm not willing to pee my pants just yet. There a lot of things about this game, like the line doesn't really make sense to me. We'll get into that when we. I guess, and I'm interested to hear from Chance on this 3-3-5 defense, because I've heard Sark reference a couple times now how both Wyoming and Rice played a defense that Texas totally was not prepared for, like that they had not shown yet. And so maybe that's why the slow start for the Horns. But I am hoping that is not the case on Saturday. And I enter that contest with a lot of confidence if I'm Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Bo, the thing with and Jason just said it, and you mentioned it too, not that Texas State just beat them. That wasn't like Appalachian State winning at Michigan. It was more like what App State did to the Aggies last year, a definitive win. And it was even worse than that. If you to think about it, Texas State controlled that ball game. So for you, any nerves going in here against Baylor? Plus, let's remember the quarterback's hurt, Chapin's out, and the running back, Dominic Richardson, probably doesn't play. What do you think?
Well, I think if it is a ball game, then everything we've thought about Texas coming up to this point might be wrong. Like, we've started making rationalizations, and me being the one, because Jason says I drink the Texas Homer juice. I've rationalized some of the things that could be better by saying it's a 12-game season. Don't look at a limited sample size and let that be what you come up with. If we go to Baylor and come out flat, if we go to Baylor and have an inability to move the football, I have zero doubt that our defense should be able to keep Baylor contained, let's say under 13 points. Like, they should be able to. Like, our defense has proven that they can compete. So I'm talking about in the real time. Like, maybe, yeah, if they get some trash touchdown, if Texas is up 48-7 and they score in the bottom of the fourth quarter, I don't care. But
nice little baseball reference there.
Well, I'm at the back end of it. You know what?
Yeah. He's wearing an Astros shirt tonight.
The bottom of the fourth quarter.
If Baylor makes a 3-pointer in the bottom of the 7th, then
he's on deck on the far hash. Can you see him?
Right,
he's right there.
Point taken. I got to take it. I got to be able to accept it when I screw up.
A stoppage time
like a son of a bitch when I get it right.
Defense.
A stoppage time touchdown.
Texas should be able to exert their will on this Baylor team. This Baylor team that struggled against Long Island at home, that lost by double digits to Texas State, and it really wasn't even that close. Like, Texas, I will start doubting my opinion of where Texas could go if Texas comes out flat in this game.
Yeah,
they just came out like, I excused it in Wyoming because they finished strong, which is what we want. Finish strong. Even if you start slow, finish strong. That's way more important. Okay, well, this week the lesson should be had. Start strong, and then let your backups finish strong.
All right, so as we get into this conversation, Chance and I talked about this earlier in the week. Chance, I love getting your perspective on things from the quarterback side of things. And tonight I think it's extra important because this 3-3-5 discussion has been out there. So let's dig into this a little bit. For the people that don't know, it's just basic math. We're talking 3 down linemen, 3 linebackers, 5 on the back end. That's your 3-3-5. So Chance, tell me, what is the defense trying to do, and why do you think it's been difficult? Sark is 3-5 in the last 8 matchups against this defense. Tell me what is it about the defense that challenges Sark's ideas?
Well, the first thing is the whole point of the 3-3-5 is, number one, whether no matter how you want to shape it, the only teams that run 3-3-5s are the teams that don't have the juice up front to actually rush 4 and 5 guys. That's what it is. So they're playing the bend, don't break, right? They're playing a shell. They're trying to keep you from throwing the ball deep. If you look back, when I was going back and watching videos on 3-3-5s, the one thing that stuck out to me was when TJ Watt got hurt. That's what the Steelers went to because they didn't have a guy that could replace that. So they're like, okay, we can't get to the quarterback. So what do we got to do? We got to keep them in front of us. And it's an interesting deal because it really leaves the seams open. Sanders should have a game. If you want to attack anything, you can go seam to seam on it, okay? But here's the other thing, and this is the beautiful thing because I've been harping on it and people hate hearing it because I'm a quarterback. Run the ball. You can run the ball. You can run screens. They're susceptible to the screens because – and there's different ways to play a 3-3-5, by the way, because those 5 – the Bills did it some too – is you can go heavy 3-3-5 or you can go light 3-3-5. So you can go with a safety in there and or you can go with more of a nickel back type guy. How big do you want to play? And it depends on the speed. The problem is Baylor doesn't have the speed to run with Texas. Like that's the ultimate decider to me. They don't have the speed to do it. So the only way to do that is to expand the middle of the field. If you take Sanders and you run him up the one seam 3 yards outside, and you take any number of other receivers down the seam at the other side, now you got a real problem. You've got a decision to make, and there's holes within there. And on top of that, you still got to stop the run. And we've got 2 damn good running backs. Well, we got 3 damn good running backs and an offensive line that should be mauling them. So if it's me, if I'm Sark, I'm going, okay, I'm 3-5 versus this 3-3-5. Well, let's just go ahead and set this tone early. Let's let our big boys get settled into this game. Let's run downhill, and it's a very, very zone block friendly type of a defense because they're going to – Aranda's no idiot. You're going to get stunts. You're going to get twists. You're going to get all sorts of dog blitzes and everything else, and I don't want to get into the weeds because there's other shows you can watch on that. But the point is they're going to be doing a lot of stuff. But if you run a zone scheme where you tell your big boys – this is where we're going. Maul anybody that gets in your way. And by maul, I'm talking you treat it like the blind side and run them until the whistle stops and throw them over the fence. Like that's the kind of stuff that you come out and you set that tone early against the defense because that defense is a bend, don't break defense. It's a don't give up the big play. It's a we cannot get to the quarterback, so we're going to stop you from getting there.
So, Chance, you mentioned JT Sanders coming up the seam. Another one that I think, or 2 players that I think could come out and excel in this game because they're the guys that are unaccounted for in the 3-3-5, especially when you have Worthy or you sub in Cook or you have speedsters on the outside that run verticals. Keelan Robinson coming out of the backfield, who is very good at slipping out of the backfield in key spots. There's nobody to account for him in a 3-3-5, especially when they're running the twists and the stunts in the middle. So the 3 and the 3 have to be coming. If the 5 all go like that, well, now you have your little shifty running back out in space. This is the week that A.D. Mitchell needs to block. This is the week that he cannot miss that block on that corner because there will be at least 2 plays that Sark has dialed up for Keelan Robinson. That's his guy. He loves to use him out of the backfield. If there ever was a game where the back coming out of the backfield could have a profound impact, it's this one.
Well, and to your point, Bo, when you run in a 3-3-5, they call them near back, far back. And depending on which side they're on and which direction, those are your keys, right? So if you are a weak side lineman, defensive end, we'll call it a monster back, and you're over here and the back is offset opposite the quarterback from you, okay? That's your cue. He steps up and looks to block. That frees you up to come in, okay? Now, this play side backer is coming up. He's blocking, and you slip right behind him. I mean, it is, like Bo said, it is primed for those slip out of the backfield, put JT Sanders up one side, and then slip him right out the backfield up the other. Now you're playing seam to seam, and it's there. But again, I go back to don't overcomplicate it. You got 6 men in the box. They'll walk a safety down, make it 7. We can still play with that all day long. Try to beat me. Like, we have better players. Don't overcomplicate the situation. Punch them in the mouth like we talked about yesterday. Make it understood earlier. We're going to beat your ass for the entire game, and it starts right now. and that's just leave it at that.
Going to be interesting to see how Texas attacks it. Texas and Baylor, 6:30 on Saturday evening. Remember, we're doing the watch along on Orange Bloods Live with Jeff Ketchum and myself. If you can't get to Waco, just join us, hang out. We'll react to it. Jeff Ketchum might predict a pick six like he did last week. He called it right before it happened. We have a good time with it, and that's brought to you by Pine House Pizza. Shout out to those folks, and shout out to Specs for helping us with the Specs chat. Lots of good chats coming in tonight, and we'll try to get to some of those. We've got to get to our picks as well. The Bet US picks are coming up. But first, Bo, I'm seeing the word vacations here. That's always a good idea. Tell us more.
Well,
Boat
vacations
party?
vacations are supposed to be fun, not boat parties that you get uninvited from or not answered like Jason did. Vacations are supposed to be fun. They're not supposed to be a headache. Like setting it up can be a headache. That's why you get with an agency like Engage Vacations. They take all the legwork out. It doesn't, like if you're going to Mexico, the Caribbean, Hawaii, Europe, doesn't matter where you're going, they've been there. Chad Shields and his wife Teresa go on these trips, and they don't go party and drink like we do. They go for 3 or 4 days and sample everything, so they have notes and they know who to talk to. So you tell them what you want, and they'll get it set up. Like if you want the best Italian, or if you want the best Mexican food, or whatever you want, wherever you're going, they have it set up in advance. All you do is get on the plane and arrive, and they take care of everything from start to finish. It costs you nothing. Literally, it costs you nothing. You just book it through them and let them take care of the work. The prices don't change. I promise. I booked at least 3 trips through Engage Vacations. Every single one is better than the one before it. Hit the QR code. Look them up online. You can see what they can do. If you want to give them a call, it's 922-3322. If you can't remember that, I'm sorry. We're going to have a little Tommy come hit you in the head with a tack hammer because, well, I won't complete the sentence, but no, you should remember that.
Is that our man LSU Chad?
It is.
Yeah, I know that guy. That guy. Very nice.
Hold on. Speaking of vacations, Blake, do we have an update from? Well,
is there a what do we do? Whoa! Wow!
He's sailing. He's sailing.
What about Bob? Is that...
Yes.
He's sailing, ladies and gentlemen.
We're showing the various ways that Jason can get Casey on the boat. First,
Jason, earlier you mentioned what it would take for you to deal with the first pitch. What would it take, do you think, for you to say you tied Casey Studdard to a boat?
We'll need more than a case of beer, like probably some horse tranquilizers. I got to put a dart in his neck, and then I'm going to need help propping him up.
I was going to say maybe like half of a tranquilizer meant for.
Well, look, I mean, on the good note, you went from holding him hostage to just tying him to the boat, and now you're out sailing together.
He still gets an experience, right?
Casey was on vacation from his problems. He tied the boat.
He feels like he was part of it.
He brought his goldfish with him.
That's excellent. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying that Casey owed me a ride on a boat. Okay, he could have never mentioned it to me. But once it's like telling your kids what Santa Claus is, and then the next day you just being like, "Just kidding, Santa Claus not real." All right, I was ready to go on an NFL boat party, and then it just didn't.
All I know is when it gets to warmer weather, we are going to have an outsiders boat party, and Casey Studdard invites at least Jason. I'm sure the rest of us will go. But at least we need to get you two on a boat, and then just
like there's a large part of me that wants to see an outsiders boat party with Casey Studdard at the helm and pulling off from the dock, and Jason just standing there.
No, that's how we set it up. Now we would make the boat turn around and go get him, but we tell Jason the boat's leaving at 6 p.m. and we tell all the fans and players we're leaving at 5. So Jason pulls up. Got his flippers on, his the swim floaties.
He's going to be really white because he's a ginger like my son, so he's going to have lotion on everywhere, like on his nose. You remember the zinc lotion? in the 80s.
The boat slowly pulls away, and all you hear is the sad piano song from the end of The Incredible Hulk as he walks away. It's over. It's done. We'll get to that at some point.
Hey, and Jason, my son just chatted in, all 12 years old of him.
Oh,
Jason,
no.
shut up. Santa's real.
Of course.
He is real.
Exactly.
It was a joke.
Yeah.
Just throw that in there. Right there. Absolutely.
Santa, totally real. NFL boat parties, fake news,
Yeah.
man. Not.
They're very real. Just it's not.
Oh my God. All right. Just because this is right up my alley, I'm going to give Hanoi Bomb a little love. Words of wisdom for Baylor. You know me, evil eye. You know me, prepare to die. You know me, the snake bite kiss, devil's grip, the iron fist. Well done, Hanoi Bomb. We've just had Motorhead lyrics chatted in to the show. Now we've arrived as the outsiders. Beautiful. All right. So we ready to make some picks,
Max.
gentlemen?
Max,
Let's
you
party.
made me feel old.
It's time to knock Bo off this top spot. Let's go.
Ooh, what is
you're
this?
You're gonna need a lot more than you needed for Casey.
All right, Max says I'm 31, remembering Chance Mock back in 03 when I was 11. Those 03 horns were young but very talented. Hook 'em. I don't think you need to throw the age in there. That just makes us all feel old.
Thanks, Max. I appreciate you making me feel really old.
Thanks, man. That's the year I got married, and you were 11. Thanks for watching.
But hopefully those formative years of your life, you got to enjoy some winning football, which was freaking awesome because I think we averaged 10.2 wins a season over the 5 years I was there. Pretty strong.
Yeah, that 2000 to 2009 section, if you were a Texas Longhorn football fan in there, you had some good times.
Yeah.
You had some good times during that decade. All right. So
That's when they had 3 cops on all of 6th Street, and you could do whatever you wanted.
yeah, well, there's that too. There's that too.
And Jason did.
SEC Chad, thanks for the shout out, Bo. Yes, Chad, we hope you're having a good night. Let's flash up a little bet US in case you want to get. Is it still 125%
It is
on that bonus, gentlemen?
Chad, they've done that for us, and they've made it 125% bonus. When you sign up, you get that free money. Go sign up, get your account. I mean, I'm telling you, football is really, really fun to watch when you got something riding on it. And it's not just the T-shirt you're wearing or the hat you got on, and especially when your boys come through and they cover. And if you've been a Cowboys fan this year, you've made a lot of money if you're riding on your team. So even with today's injury, I still think Dallas is a hell of a team. Texas is a hell of a team. Get on. Let's go. Have fun.
There it is. All right. Why don't we start with Jason Dick in the lower right? We'll work our way around. Jason, give us your first pick.
Okay, Nevada is visiting beautiful San Marcos, Texas this weekend, gentlemen. The Bobcats, eat 'em up cats, are 17-point favorites. Really? Texas State, a 17-point favorite. Not only did they beat Baylor in Waco this year, but Texas State is 3-0 against the spread this season. Let me tell you something, gentlemen. That is not sustainable. Not sustainable. Okay. Now, Nevada is 0-3, but rounding into shape was tied in the fourth quarter last week versus Kansas. I'm getting 17 free points versus Texas State. Load them up. Load them up. Give me Nevada plus 17.
Ooh, he likes the Nevada.
That's why you
play.
wore the Wolfpack hat. You're
No,
just trying to
that's what
support
it
your
is.
pick.
He is.
Dirty rat bastard. I'm telling you. I'm on the fighting GJ Kenny side on this one. The dude is up and coming. He's going to be good.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to have opposites there, it sounds like. Bo, go ahead, Mr. 3-0 from last week. What's your first pick?
Well, I can't say their quarterback's name properly, but he came from Clemson, and his initials are D and J. This is the DJ Ugalele.
Come on.
Oh, we lost Chad.
Chad, tell him.
Lost
all right.
Chad. You ruined the show. You killed our
Professional
show.
broadcaster, Chad, tell him. You say it quickly and confidently, and then you move on. All right? Don't just say, I don't know how to.
He said ukulele.
I wish it was what Bo just. I believe it's DJ Uwe Ungalale, but I love.
He said ukulele.
Until you've heard Don Ho play Tiny Bubbles on the ukulele. Oh my God. Just
Look.
incredible.
Okay, how about we make fun of Chance not being able to sell El Tequileño? Okay, let's.
Well, we do that all the time. That's every day.
No, this is you, bro. This is you.
I literally stated I can't say the guy's name, and then y'all kept goading me into trying, and then I failed.
And you came up with ukulele?
I said
really went with,
ukulele.
like, the most.
There was no U. It was a G.
It was how a country gorilla would say ukulele.
And he went ukulele too with a G in there. It was the most Archie Bunker pronunciation of a word I think I've ever heard.
Okay.
Hey, DJ ukulele, whatever. I don't know. All right,
Okay, let's get back to the point.
Go ahead, bro.
Red Fox could have done a better job than you, Bo.
Shut your cake, old Yoko. All right, here's the deal. Every few years, a quarterback transfers, a very highly rated quarterback, and has his breakout year somewhere else. It happened with Kyler Murray and others like that, where they transferred schools and magic happened. Jalen Hurts. That's DJ with a U for his last name. We're just going to stay there.
Ukulele.
DJ got benched at Clemson for Cade Klubnik because everybody thought the problem was DJ. Well, we're seeing Clemson play like hot dog mess right now. So maybe the problem wasn't DJ and it isn't Cade Klubnik. It's what's going on at Clemson. Oregon State is the team that nobody ever thinks is going to be good. They're scrappy. And I think the number I saw was 30 transfers. So the guys they have on their roster don't have that, like, oh, we play at Oregon State. We're not the real Oregon. We're no. They all want to win, and this is the last year of the Pac-12. I think Oregon State's going to go on a run. So I'm going to take Oregon State -3 against Washington State, who's just trash.
There we go.
Well,
All right, and
hold on,
remember,
to Bo's point.
the three ranked Pac-12 games, they are Jason Dick approved kick times, 6 p.m. for Oregon State and Washington State. The other two are at 2:30. So you can watch this Pac-12 stuff and you don't have to bitch about times. Chance Mock, what's your first pick, brother?
Well, I'm going to get to my first pick, but to Bo's point, which is a very valid point, I think this Oregon State team is one that is really, really sneaky on people. I think they play with a chip on their shoulder. They play with a little bit of an attitude, and I think it's going to be fun to watch them. They're going to be sneaky. They're not going to make the playoffs. Let's be realistic, but they could play spoiler for a couple teams, and I just keep them in the back of your hat.
Whoa, don't you think DJ Ukulele should have transferred to Hawaii?
Well, according to Hook'em 24/7, it's DJ Eucalyptus. So maybe that's what I'm going to start calling. Look. DJ. Oh, okay. Hey, I want all 4 of y'all or 3 of y'all, and Blake, you can jump in this too. Pronounce his name right now.
Ukulele.
I
just did. It's Uyunglele.
Okay, yeah, but Chad, you're perfect.
Okay,
that's why you're the moderator.
Uyunglele.
Like, I want to hear Jason say it properly.
DJ Uyunglele. I did just cheat off of Chad though. So
see, they can be taught. Come on,
Not
Bo.
me. I'm a country gorilla.
Just say DJ U. See, DJ U.
I even gave a U.
Just say U. And that's true. That's good. Jason.
Speaking of country, let's talk about Alabama country. Because we need Alabama to do what Alabama does, and that's win. Because the more they win, the better we look. And they're going to play Ole Miss. And Ole Miss is coming in there. It's a dirty rivalry. I mean, if you want to call it that, it's an iffy game to me. It's a BS game. I think Ole Miss they're Ole Miss, for Christ's sake. Stop. Milrose back in the driver's seat, as he should be. They're going to score points. 6.5 is way too low. Bama runs away with this one. I think they win by at least 14.
Wow. Okay. So you're like laying it with Bama. All right. My first pick, gentlemen, also wears red. I'm liking this Utah team to beat UCLA and carry these points. They're at home. The guys are being nice enough to give me 4.5. I see it all the way up to 6 by this evening, but when I sent it in earlier, it was 4.5, and I think they're putting it on the board. Let's go.
You nailed it. Yeah.
I got 4.5. So I'm going to go Utah there. I like the just the meat and potatoes feel of that team, and maybe Cameron Rising. It's time to come back. Maybe I'll take Utah -4.5. All right, Jason Dick, pick number 2.
All right, let's roll up to the Big Ten, gentlemen, where Maryland is playing at Michigan State, where everything is just fine. Okay, everything is fine. Michigan State, Maryland is a 7.5
completely legal.
7.5 point favorite on the road at Michigan State. I'll have you know, Maryland. Tom Herman is not coaching, all right, at Michigan State, though he could soon, all right? He could possibly soon. Michigan State is going to rally around something. They're getting 7.5 points at home. I'm taking the dog. Give me Sparty plus 7.5.
How about that? I tried that play last week with the Washington game, and it did not work well. Bo Edge, what do you got? Pick number 2.
Well, Chance took it first, but I had it on my list, and it was sent in earlier. Alabama. Like, Chance, you remember like back in the days when like Texas would play Texas Tech? Not every time, but once in a while, everybody get, oh, Tech's so good. And then next thing you know, Texas won by 30 because their defense just overran a weaker offensive line and pummeled the quarterback. I think that's the Ole Miss team that struggled to get the line to block against Tulane, that struggled to get the line to block multiple teams. They can't hold the front. Texas held that front against Bama and made it look good. I'm going to disregard what Alabama did last week because Saban made an un-Saban-like move. Chance, you're muted, by the way. And
a stupid
Saban made it. He benched the quarterback, put them into chaos, and then they had to play in a rainstorm, and they just never got up for a game. I think this week Saban had them running gassers all day in practice, and I think they come out, and they're coming to hurt somebody, and I think that somebody is Ole Miss.
By the way, last week when I took them and laying the 32, and then they named the backup quarterback that Friday, that wasn't good. That was not good for me.
I told you that's what they were going to do, though.
I know, and I didn't listen, and I couldn't believe I did that. So, Chance Mock, pick number 2.
Pick number 2 is pretty easy. Kansas State, they're terrible. They laid an egg, but they're playing an even worse team. UCF. minus 3.5. I mean, this is a no-brainer to me. After the embarrassment last week, I mean, Kansas State's going to come out. They're a good football team. They played like dog crap last week. You see how good I'm getting on this? My mother's watching, and I'm not using the language that I want to.
Very good. Nice. Dog crap. Yeah.
Yeah, dog crap. 3.5 UCF. I think that's a done deal. I think Kansas State probably beats them by, if not 9, then they're in the double-digit range. I think this is a no-brainer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Chance, see, you're going with the nicer, gentler language with dog crap. I'm going to take God's team. So we're just going all kind of positivity here. I'm going with Notre Dame. I'm going with Notre Dame plus 3 because I think they're winning this game, gentlemen. I'm really impressed with Hartman. I like what that offense is doing. Ohio State's been a little clunky. It's in South Bend. If there ever was a time in a regular season game for Notre Dame to step up against somebody from another conference, I'm going to say it's now. I think this is a bar fight kind of a game, but I think Hartman and that offense have a little more. So I'll take Notre Dame plus 3 at home. All right, Jason Dick.
I love that pick.
Okay. Let's do it, man. There is a little old football team called the Texas Longhorns who are traveling just a few miles up the road, okay? I used to make that road trip just to go to Fazoli's, all right? They're traveling just a few miles up the road to Waco to play the Baylor Bears. Hey, there used to not be a Fazoli's.
Hey, 100 to be exact.
All right. This line is fishy to me, and I would love to discuss with you guys because I don't get it. Texas is a 14.5 point favorite, only a 14.5 point favorite, actually down from 15 this morning. I am surprised that I have not heard from any of you guys on this. Spoiler alert, seen the Outsiders betting card. I'm the only one on this side. Why is Texas number 3 in the country, only a 14.5 point favorite? I actually did some reconnaissance on it. Georgia, the number 1 team, is playing UAB, 42-point favorite. Michigan is playing 3-0 Rutgers, 24-point favorite. USC is playing at Arizona State, 35-point favorite, 5-touchdown favorite. The Longhorns are playing at 1-2 Baylor, who lost to Texas State. They are only laying 14.5 points. That line is an insult. Typically, when there's a line that seems fishy, I will stay away, but I'm trying to curry some favor with the orange blood homers out there. So give me Texas, hook them, minus 14.5.
How about
so,
that?
Jason, I second your emotion, and I almost took Texas. Here's the reason for the spread being that low, though. If you look at Texas's 3 games, they're not scoring a ton of points. Like, statistically, they're not putting up these huge numbers. So when you plug it into a mathematical model, you're looking at it saying this is a game that could be 31-14 or 31-10. So if the spread's so big, oh, I know those are covering, and Vegas isn't setting the line for – they don't care who covers. But if the number's too big, the action will be extremely lopsided because a smart bettor is going to look at it and say, Texas is a defensive team. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to grind it out. And I don't want to be giving up 3.5, like 3 touchdowns plus in a game that's going to be a grinded out type of game. I think they're wrong. I think this is when Texas does go all gas, no brakes, and puts the points on the board. I didn't touch it because I didn't want to be the jinx. Because
there
I
it
did
is.
go 3-0 last. It was originally on my sheet, but I went 3-0 last week, and I ran my mouth all damn week. So usually the recovery is you go 0-3 the next week. Ask Chris Abbott, who's not here, because that's what happened to him when he was leading the poll. I wasn't bringing Texas down. I would to use the theme of the night. I was not going to be the boat anchor that brought Texas this season crashing down.
Well, what I think, Jason, God honest truth, I think Vegas is betting on the fact Texas is going to run the football. What they're not betting on is the fact that some of those runs are going to break for touchdowns. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. I think Texas will break big runs, and I think that defense shuts them out. I don't think – I say shut them out, not a zero. I think they hold them underneath double digits. I really, really do. I think the defense is too damn strong, and I think the offense will break some big plays like the Xavier Worthy play last week. It's just a simple screen that our speed's too much for you. You can't play with it. And I think when Baxter back on the field, you saw Baxter. The play Brooks run last week where he breaks it down the sideline, it was a beautiful run. If that's Baxter, that's a touchdown. The dude's got wheels, and he's gone. They don't get the luxury of not having Baxter in the background. That's just a fact.
I think what you guys are trying to say is excellent pick, Jason. You did it. And if Texas is for real, if we are back, then you go to places like Baylor and you destroy your opponent and you after party at Fazoli's, okay?
By the way, Jason, true story. Not long ago, just a few months ago, my family and I stopped at the Fazoli's in Waco. Still tasty. Still tasty.
It's delicious.
They shut the Fazoli's in Cedar Park down a year ago. It was a sad day.
Where I used to go hang out?
Yes.
Hey, I'm
not
telling
Dino's.
you.
You have to break this to me tonight.
As of this year, I've been happily married for over 20 years, and Fazoli's was a key part of the courtship. I'm going to tell you, my wife and I, date night at Fazoli's was a real thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, an Aggie romance.
Speaking of Aggies, I'm going to get to my third pick. I'm picking a team to do something that the Aggies could not. Beat Appalachian State at home. I'm taking the team from Wyoming. It's only 3 points. That's a tough team. So I'm taking Wyoming to handle their business against App State. This isn't Mac Brown in North Carolina. This isn't Texas A&M. Mr. Craig at Wyoming, he's going to dominate. They are going to bulldoze Appalachian State and win by double digits.
Boy, that's a long way to go for the App State joke over the Aggies. That's well done, Bo. Well done, Bo. All right, Chance Mott, give me one more pick.
This one hurts me. But there's a little game in College Station. It's just a little game.
Yes.
But I don't think the Aggies can keep it within 8. I just don't feel like that's a possibility this weekend. I think that there is too much confusion right now. They're just everything that we saw week 1 when I was on the train. I was like, this shit is for real. Mm-hmm. They can do it. I just don't see it. I think it's going to be a physical game. I think it's going to be one of those sloshy games, like just a sloppy BS game. I think A&M wins, but I'm taking Auburn +8.
I do not know what to expect out of that game. All right, so last week, gentlemen, I felt stupid. I told you I'd probably feel stupid for taking the Michigan State thing with Washington. So to try to bounce back, I'm going to pray to the altar of Michael Penix, and I'm taking Washington at home -20 and a hook. Lake Washington sailgating. They're playing Cal. Cal had a rock fight with Auburn. Supposedly their pass defense is good, but that was Auburn. This is Penix. I'm taking Washington to roll -20 and a half. There are your Bet US picks. We need to see the other two guys. Blake, producer, likes that Auburn +8 with Chance. He's going Bama Ole Miss on the over. He's going with a crazy 55 and a half or more. Ooh. And who's BYU playing, Blake?
Oklahoma State?
No.
Hold on.
Is this their
Kansas?
first conference week?
They're playing Kansas.
BYU is playing Kansas.
They're playing the Jayhawks.
Kansas. That's
Nevada kept it close, man. BYU beat Arkansas last week. I think that's a weird line.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's big ESPN, 2:30, BYU at Kansas. There it is. And For our man Chris Abbott, voice of the people, he's lurking right behind Bo. He's just one game back. Florida State -2.5. I know a lot of people like that one. He likes the Utah pick with me. And South Carolina -6.5. Who is South Carolina playing? Oh, Mississippi State. Okay. South Carolina at home. He's laying those points with Mississippi State. So
I don't
there
know
you
how
go.
you can bet on Spencer Rattler with confidence at any point in your life.
There was
Like, when the game's starting, that guy looks like he already lost the game at this point. Like, it's sad. Like, when you see the outright arrogance that he was when he was on the Netflix show or whichever one it was.
Isn't he supposed to be like a third-year NFL player by now, and he's still in?
And now he's stuck at South Carolina and looks like somebody shot his dog. Like, even before the game starts, okay, I guess I gotta go throw the ball.
That was very good. Like Spencer Rattler as Eeyore. I really enjoyed that.
Well, I can say his name. Like, we can talk about Spencer Rattler for days.
Yes.
Like, we had people chatting in for me to say Giannis Antetokounmpo, which I think I at least got within realm of where it is. I just can't say DJ Ukulele.
That is a good one. By the way, our man SEC Chad checking back in and agrees with me. He likes Washington -20.5. I think they win that game by 30+. I hope you're right.
I do want to clarify, Chad. I do think the Aggies win.
You think they win the game? You think Auburn covers it?
I do think A&M wins.
I'm thinking the same thing, Chad. I'm thinking A&M by a field goal.
Okay.
That's my thought as well. Like you said, it's just going to be a crazy game. Those A&M Auburn games are always weird. I bet it's close.
It's just been a weird series. Just a weird series since the Aggies jumped in the SEC. So
Once it jumped over a touchdown, I was like, yeah, I'll probably take that one.
I just never know what to do with that game. It's always strange. Super chat coming in. We like that. How about Scott with the super chat? $10 US. Can we have one quick who is on prime time or bust? What?
I like prime time. I like where he's going with the program. He doesn't have the horses yet. Colorado will flame out. They might be able to cover 21 against Oregon this week, but Colorado will have 4 losses by the end of the year at a minimum.
Did you hear?
You think they're 8-4 or worse?
I will go 6.
Ceiling.
I will go 6.
That's the
losses.
ceiling.
I'm with Jason on this. But did you hear the news today of who might be joining the staff tomorrow? Next year.
No.
Warren Sapp.
Really?
He's going to follow Dion to Texas A&M?
Yeah.
There isn't enough oil money in the world to buy out Jimbo's contract right now.
Yes, there is. They'll I guarantee you, every Aggie in this world would pay $2 extra a beer from now until 3023 to take care of that shit and get it done with.
If they can put that tax at the chicken, you might have a chance. If they up the prices of the beer by $2 a piece at the chicken and then used all that money to buy out Jimbo, then you might have a chance, but not at the stadium.
Interesting to see what happens with that Oregon-Colorado game, because after all the statements Colorado's made, there's talk about Washington, there's talk about Utah, not a lot of Oregon talk yet because their schedule hasn't really been much. Let's see if Bo Nix and Oregon can really step up and make a statement. And again, 2:30 our time.
God, I don't trust Bo Nix ever.
No need to worry about late night. I know, Chance, believe me, as an SEC fan and a fan of, I've watched Bo Nix at Auburn, the whole thing, and I didn't believe in some of it, but it feels like he's different now at Oregon. You don't trust it?
I just don't trust him. Like, that's the thing. Like, I want to. It's a feel-good story. When he was at Auburn, it was a feel-good story. You wanted it to work, did you not?
Just for the sake of the legacy part and all that. Yeah.
Like, you wanted it to work, and then he comes out in his first 2 games, he plays really well, and then it's like it all falls to dog shit. And then you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I want to see what that game looks like. That'll be interesting. A lot of good stuff this weekend. 6 ranked matchups, and half of them are in the Pac-12. How about this one? Super chat. SEC Chad's back. LSU 45, Arkansas 24. That's a great game every year. The battle for the Golden Boot, the heaviest trophy in college football. You guys seen that monster that they hand out? Like one dude literally can't pick it up. Yeah. Chance Mock, this has got to be one of the trophies you love. You're a part LSU guy. You root for them. A trophy so heavy that the team has to pick it up because one guy can't.
It's a great game, and like, it's really fun when they play it in Little Rock, and it's a whole thing. they really don't like each other. That's the thing you need to understand is they are really, really close to each other. Like I have a house up in Texarkana. I love it. Half the towns in Arkansas, half the towns in Texas. It's 2 cities, nice as one. No, it's not. But but the fact of the matter is, I got some good friends up in Texarkana, and one of them, Lynn Hammett, the best Texas fan I've ever met. I've got to get him some tiger sausage, and I know he's watching tonight. So, Lynn, it's coming, Lynn, buddy. Just relax.
I tell you this: we need the fans of the Outsiders to book some engaged vacations so that Chad can keep spending $20 to make a score prediction. That was
that's where
we put the
you're putting your money where your mouth is.
We need that QR code back, Blake, for engaged vacations.
That's right. Need to make sure. There you go.
Hey, everybody.
Scan in. Somebody scan that. Help SEC Chad pay for his pick super chat.
Bet against Chad's picks this week. Use that money to buy a cruise or a vacation or whatever you need. There's the site to go do it. See, we're a one-stop shop.
All right. It is the Outsiders. It is the Thursday before Texas plays Baylor, possibly for the very last time ever. Bo, let's talk a little Mungia real estate. What we got?
We'll go through a little costume change
Wardrobe change.
Oh, there it is.
Mungia Real Estate. Got the icy white hat. Bottom line is, if you want to buy some real estate in the Austin area, Mungia Real Estate is where you need to go. And there's a variety of reasons why, but the main reason is he's been here and he's not leaving here. He's a local broker. He's not somebody that moved here from California or New York and set up shop and try to wow you with words and graphs and things like that. He can do all those things, but the bottom line is he knows the area. He knows the people. He knows where you want to be. Austin is an area where there's pockets that look really good on, the listing services, and it puts you in a really bad area or a place where there's not the things you want as far as schools and things like that. Ray Mungia and his team at Mungia Real Estate can get you where you want to be. So hit the QR code, and if you want to give him a shout, call Evan Conair, 937-417-3736, 937-417-3736. But easier, just hit the QR code and call the main number and ask for Evan Conair.
Put down the money. Bo, that was a good moment.
Chad,
that was like,
what? Hold on. What? Oh.
What are you doing? Are you on the phone?
Okay. Hey, we got a new update on the boat.
What happened?
We have a new update on the boat.
There's a new boat update.
Boats and hose.
They're friends.
Wow. Man,
that was.
Okay.
It was supposed to be boats and hose on a Sunday. I was ready, man. I was ready.
Chance, you know him very well. Did Casey Studdard's hair ever look that good?
It looks like he's got a preacher cut.
He looks like Larry from the Three Stooges.
Oh, my God.
What is happening?
I wish Casey could be watching this right now.
Oh, my God. That is awesome.
The Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria.
Oh, my God.
That's what it would have been, Jason. That would have been your boat.
Nice jewelry, Jason Dick. Nice jewelry. Well done. That's what you're missing.
Oh,
that
my
is
God.
what you were missing back in the day.
I hadn't thought about that in like a decade, too, by the way. I'm glad that we could relive that. That was tremendous.
Now you're going to have to go to therapy, right? You're going to have to relive and go check that
Chad,
out.
before you get to the next part, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Was what we promised, we didn't tell you what it was going to be. We just said we needed to see a reaction. Did you envision that as the segment?
No, not exactly. I did not know what to envision. I tried to keep my mind blank, and but it was very nice. It was very good.
It was evolved. It evolved from Jason having to capture him on a boat.
Yeah, it really did.
That's a story arc here.
Damn it, we're going sailing, okay? We are going sailing.
I'm sailing.
That's it's no notes. Hang it in the Louvre. Let's go.
And then we're drinking and partying and getting after it. That's beautiful. I can only hope that if there is a real boat party, that it's somewhere. It's something like one of those three.
We need a boat party is going to happen.
Well, we're making a boat party. My next door neighbor, his son and all his friends work as captains on those big party barges. So we can get a deal. We can get one hooked up. We'll go we just have to figure out when, because going in the winter kind of sucks. The water's cold and you got to stay on the boat. Although that might work for Jason because he never got on the boat.
Yeah.
But
wow, that was low.
Yeah.
well,
Just like it's bad enough you're like doing all this Photoshop damage, but now you're just throwing it in. By the way,
Cactus Arms had nothing to do with the photoshopping. Neither did Chance. Neither one of us had anything to do with the photoshopping.
Sure. Right.
Plenty warm at the dock under the 360 bridge, just watching each boat go by.
There it is. There it is. All right. Hey, Bo, watch this one. I think you'll like this. Our man SEC Chad is back and reminds us Ray Mungia is an Engage Vacations client. Must be a smart guy. How about that?
Well, both that statement is true.
See, that's like the end of Ghostbusters. You got to know when to cross the streams. You got to know when to break the rules, right?
Our sponsors can intermingle with each other. It's okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. By the way, happy birthday to Bill Murray today. It is his birthday.
I didn't know that. That makes it even better.
There you go. 21st of September, Bill Murray's birthday. He is still rolling.
Only Chad would know that.
You know, I keep up with such garbage.
He has to have like a book or something because I know you're not a big computer guy. So I know you don't have like some master Excel file. Like you literally have to have like notebooks.
I have a big tablet.
I will say, in fairness, I learned more, and this is probably boring radio, but it's true. I learned more watching Chad Hastings when we were going into the nooner. I'd go in there and he was sitting down there studying, making notes. I come out, he's studying, making notes. The dude works his ass off. So I got to say, he's one of the hardest working men. That's why I love doing the show with him.
I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate that. It is hard work to find Bill Murray's birthday. So I appreciate it. Yeah, not everybody's doing that. Not everybody's doing that. You know what else not everybody's doing? Not everybody's throwing $20 at us like Scott is. Thank you, Scott. Sorry, I know this is a burn orange show, but SMU folks are all about sailing frats and chicks. What about the football team?
Oh,
How is SMU doing this year?
Hey, hold on. SMU is about to be able to buy their way into the ACC. They would actually get into a real conference and get to play big boy football again. And they have NIL, so they can do all the stuff they did before. SMU could be back in about 10 years.
And that's done, right? They are going to the ACC, aren't they?
Yeah, they had to pay their way in, but you're damn right they did.
I was going to say, forgive me, I have brain damage. SMU is the one who's like, we're fine with no TV money for a decade, right? Just be our friend.
Correct.
Yeah,
I've heard it's going to be 9 years without the TV revenue.
yeah, but
they
it's
were in the AAC. They weren't making any TV money before.
yeah,
they were getting paid in hugs like Chance and I when we worked for.
It's a lateral move. But here's the thing, and I think that NCAA is correct in never, ever, ever giving the death penalty like they did. What they did to SMU was absolutely overkill, and it killed a good university, a phenomenal academic institution. They killed their football program, and they've never been able to recover from it. The NCAA has learned the lesson. It'll never happen again.
Ahead of their time. Name, image, likeness pioneers.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and that's the greatest irony of it all. The thing that got them in all that trouble is now the thing that's going to keep them alive. They're going to turn to their donors and say, let's go. And their donors are going to try to keep them alive in the ACC.
Hey, and is this Saturday the last Iron Skillet game? They play TCU. Is this the final time that they're going to play TCU?
Unless they get them in non-conference. Well, no, they'll stay in non-conference.
Yeah, that's been non-conference.
Okay.
I hope they keep that going.
Brett McMurphy had tweeted earlier in the year that this might be the last version of the game.
God,
So
That might just be because the Big 12 has expanded to like 438 teams after Texas and Oklahoma left.
Big
So
12
it might be
scheduled
all
to be-
conference games. By the time the Big 12 keeps adding spare parts, like next they're going to get, who knows? Long Island and Wyoming, maybe, Appalachian State, they're just going to get everybody. It's going to be the Big 40.
Yeah,
Your mark was. He's like, hey, Wyoming, you played really well this weekend. How'd you like to join the conference?
You fought hard for 3 quarters against Texas. Would you like to be a Big 12 member? Because we all hate Texas.
You felt like Big 12 material.
And for,
all right.
for the betting folks, SMU +7 at TCU this weekend. Maybe one to check out.
Okay, there you go. I do love the skillet game. I hate that might go away. Too many of them are going away. I'm getting my favorite one back next year, but I think the football gods are punishing me by taking some good ones away. So enjoy that. Enjoy a little TCU SMU, even if it is the last time. All right, we'll get you some more. We'll get our official Texas predictions before we're done. But first, Chance, tell everybody about United Rentals, if you would.
United Rentals. It's one of the greatest places in the world to work. That's where I work on most days when I'm not doing this show, but no, every single day. I enjoy going to work there because it's a family. When you go to a company that has 33,000 employees, over 900 locations in the US, South America, Canada, Scotland, Ireland, Australia, it's huge, fantastic, but they take care of their people. They do all the things right. And if you're in the construction industry, you need anything, you go to United Rentals. We have it all. We have a fluid solutions division. We have a reliable on-site solutions, which is those porta potties and the fences, the things you don't want to talk about. We have a trench division. We have the general rents, which is all your fun stuff, the things that guys want to play with. This is the best part of my job. I get to go out every day and play on excavators, mini excavators, skid steers, lifts. Although I am afraid of heights, so when they tried to put me up on one of those 60-foot booms, I only got about 20 feet up, and I said, this is enough. I understand it. Great place to work, great place to get your equipment, and the largest dealer of used equipment in the entire world. Come to United Rentals. Check us out, whether you're looking for a job, whether you're looking for equipment on your job. If you want to be part of the family, come on.
There it is. Little known fact, by the way, 60-foot boom is the name of Casey Studdard's boat. Anyway, all right. Before we are done, I've not been on it yet, Jason. Don't worry. I'm not bragging.
That is so fantastic.
I just think that's the name. It's so big. I saw it going by one day on the water. All right. So before we get out of here, let's get the official UP predictions in. Our man Chris Abbott gave it to us last night before he went to coach the Kids of America. He's going Texas 48-10 in a rout and a huge cover. How about Chance Mock? Let's start with you. Give me the pick. Texas-Baylor.
I'm going back to my old days because I think that Texas is back to the old days. I think we come out. I don't think it's a flashy game by any means. I don't think we throw the ball deep, but I think we get some big runs. We dominate. We control the clock. And I think it's a 56-13 game.
56-13. I kind of like that one. That's got a little character to it. Bo Edge, what do you think? Your Longhorns against the Bears one more time.
Well, Chance stole my 13 because that's where I was going. I think it will be a 6-point game until late in the bottom of the fourth quarter, if you will, Chance.
Oh, that hurts, Bo.
Dang.
I think that Baylor will score late. It won't matter. Texas 51, Baylor 13.
51-13 says Bo Edge. All right, Jason Dick, you said you are taking Texas and these points in the BetUS picks. So far, everybody's got a cover. I'm assuming you do too.
Of course. And we've mentioned a couple times some of these rivalries going away. I saw today that Texas-Baylor played every year since 1944. And this is it, man. Chad, you understand this, trying to fill up 10 hours of sports talk radio this week. Yesterday, I did my power rankings of Big 12 teams that I will miss now that Texas is leaving. Mm-hmm. And Baylor, 11 out of 12. Thank God for West Virginia, said no one ever except the Baylor Bears because I don't care, okay? I will not miss you, and I will send you guys away with a 45-10 beatdown.
45-10. Oh, I like that one.
I know the show's about to be done. But I have to ask, in the 12 teams, who was one?
You know what? Okay, so it's kind of a dog shit.
Texas would have to be one, so who's two?
Well, no. I didn't. The Texas and Oklahoma are not in there because we're going to keep playing.
Then how did you get 12 teams?
And honestly, I did because there's 14 teams.
There's 14. Bo, do your math.
Oh, you're counting the new ones too.
Yeah.
How can you miss Cincinnati?
My number one missed rivalry is going to be BYU. Because I feel like we got unfinished business, okay? I still see Taysom Hill's 31-year-old knee brace wearing ass running circles. It was the beginning of the end for Mac Brown. So I'm sad to not be able to beat BYU every year for decades upon decades.
I like that attitude, that revenge attitude. Not glad he's leaving. He wants BYU.
Yes.
He wants him some Cougars.
He wants the Stormin' Mormons.
Come on,
he wants
now.
to go soaking.
By the way, I have talked myself up to a cover as well, but I think this is going to be a little bit of a clunky game, but I got Texas 35-17. I think they will give up a little bit more than maybe you guys are saying. I'm going to go 35-17 Texas. I hope they prove me very wrong. I would love to see them trash Baylor in the last game in Waco. Come on, Quinn Ewers and Sark. Make 35-17 seem like a weak pick and absolutely destroy them. It could be the last time for this. So there's the picks. Everybody's got a cover in this one. Texas and Baylor for probably the last time. All right, Bo, let's tell them about Stuffed Cajun Meat Market. It always makes me hungry. What kind of plans you got for Texas-Baylor?
Well, I'm actually going to be watching the game at my house this weekend, and I'm going to Stuffed, and Abbott and his family are going to come over, and whoever else wants to give me a shout, we can probably open the doors. I got youth football until 4. After that, it's Stuffed food time. It's Coors Light time. It's Texas winning by 30-point time. If you want your house party, tailgate, whatever, to have the best sausage, the best jambalaya, the best etouffee, and I say best, like go there once and try it and come tell me I'm wrong. It's amazing food. Click on the website. There's a QR code. If you're looking for the tailgate packages to make tailgating easier from a transport, et cetera standpoint, click on that QR code. And if you wanted to get to the nitty gritty, the real Cajun specialties, they even have turduckens. If you special order them, go to the specialty menu. 3 different QR codes, but they all go to the same website. It's just taking you to different parts of the website. Stuffed Foods Cajun Meat Market, conveniently located right off 620 and 183. You won't be disappointed.
All right, 2 things before we get out of here. Number 1, this from Scott, best game day show poster last week. SMU did NIL before it was cool. Yeah, that's good.
It's true.
Factual.
And I just realized we got through the whole show without Colt in a poncho shirt. We almost got out of here without Colt. There he is. Colt's fishing in a poncho shirt. We are still efforting that Colt McCoy interview. We will insist that he does it in a poncho shirt. PonchoOutdoors.com. I got a little deal on my phone today, gentlemen, that there's a new design out there. I believe it's called the Bonito, something like that. Go check it out. PonchoOutdoors.com. All colors and styles and just incredible stuff there.
Wait, is that a Step Brothers reference? The Bonita are running.
No, it was, but
I think it's the actual name of the shirt, like the tuna.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever seen Step Brothers?
That might be it. Yeah, that might be it. There's the camo. There's the camo vibe.
Hey, Jason, if you get bored this weekend, and I know you have all your 101X watch parties where people can come pay thousands of dollars to hang out with the legendary Jason Dick. If you decide to ever head up Cedar, what was that?
That's the cost of admission, $1,000.
Or a boat party invite, like just engraved. But you have a goodie box from Poncho right here.
I will be there.
2 shirts, 2 hats, waiting for you.
We could organize this off the show, Bo, but I'm coming up to the sticks to your neighborhood on Saturday. And so, yeah, I'll hit you out. Hopefully I don't run into a youth football.
Stop by
conflict.
Stuff and get that boudin dip you owe me. And
okay.
Then we'll exchange.
All right, little side thing. Mm-hmm. I think yours goes for $275 plus on Saturday.
Okay, $275 plus.
Even against
300.
335.
300. I'm calling 300 plus for Quinn. And none of them will
Hold
be
on,
meatballs.
guys. So we're hammering the prize picks here? Is that what we're doing? 282.5? Are we hammering the over on that?
Is that his over-under is 282.5? Have they watched any of these games?
These are the prize picks.
I'm hammering it.
I would take that. I would take Worthy on both. I would take Mitchell, Sanders. I would not take Brooks. I think Brooks will get carries, but I think if there's a guy going over 86.5, it's CJ Baxter.
It's going to be Baxter.
Agree.
Because the only way you're getting there against this defense is to break one away.
I have to go under on 282.5 for Quinn. I mean, just because they're going to run the ball a lot. Now, if it was Arch Manning, now then you got to break.
Then you got to break out, right? Then you got to break out.
So at that point, the question is, which boat party picture is taking us out tonight? Because it's not cool.
Yeah, we got
tonight. It's a potluck from Blake. Which one that he made? There, sorry, right. Cat out of the bag. Blake made the photoshops, Jason.
Excellent work, Blake.
He did great work tonight. Carl's got a pick like I do, 33-17. We will hope it is not that. That is a great one.
I'm sailing,
especially on Bill Murray's birthday. That's the one we need to go out.
He's on vacation from his problems.
I mean, come on, that is beautiful.
Chance, can you send that to Casey? Or maybe hold on. I'd let Jason send it to Casey, but he'd never see it.
All right, that is how we will leave you with the image of Casey Studdard tied to a boat and Jason Dick enjoying himself on that boat. It will happen. Everybody have a good weekend. Enjoy Texas and Baylor. And remember, we come back Monday night to break it all down. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for the Outsiders during the season. 9 o'clock is when the show happens. Looks like the Niners are going to get this win on Thursday Night Football. If you're a Cowboys fan, who the hell cares? Niners and Giants playing each other. We will talk to you on Monday night. Again, next Orange Bloods live show is bright and early at 6:30 tomorrow morning. Get your horns up, gets it started. Great interviews and shows throughout the day, and we're glad you're enjoying it. Over 17,000 subscribers. We're headed towards 18,000. We thank you for your support. Get your notifications. Get all of that. Thanks to Blake, the super producer, for going above and beyond tonight to make Jason Dick feel even worse about missing the boat trip. That's what true outside brotherhood is all about. Until Monday night at 9 o'clock, we are the Outsiders, and we are legitimately worth a share.